So, Chili, grab your tea, because a leaked wiretap just shook the whole scene. And baby, Big U is catching heavy side eyes from the streets right now. Word on the curb, Big U wasn't just gunning for Nipsey Hussle. He allegedly had Blacc Sam's name on his little hit list too. Now we been knew that Big U and Sam had serious tension, but this tape, it's got people asking just how deep the beef really ran behind closed doors. 'Cause right now, it's looking crystal clear that things were not as patched up as they pretended to be for the cameras. See, Big U and Nipsey had a long, messy, complicated history. It wasn't just record deals and Hollywood smiles, it was straight-up street politics. And when Blacc Sam allegedly let off a warning shot at Big U right outside Nip's store, baby, that wasn't no heat-of-the-moment spat. That was Sam sending a loud message. You are not welcome here.
First time they first fall out, when he first got Nipsey signed, Nipsey come back, was fall out, they went down, there was a fight, rumble happened. I believe Big U knocked Nipsey out. Blacc Sam comes out, fires 3-4 shots in the air. He's fresh out the penitentiary.
And let's be real, folks close to the situation have whispered for years that the tension between Big U and Nipsey's camp never really died, no matter how much fake smiling they did in public. Sure, Big U went on the Victory Lap tour as Nip's road manager, making it look sweet. But Chile, you and I both know, in the streets, old wounds don't heal with photo ops. Now here's where it gets even messier. The Fed's been sitting on wiretap evidence, yes, real wiretap audio, tied to a RICO case involving Big U, and it allegedly contains all the smoke, threats, extortion plots, and not-so-slick mentions of major West Coast figures. The audio ain't public yet, but insiders are swearing up and down that Big U was caught talking reckless, including about folks close to Nipsey. So when people say he might have wanted Blacc Sam out of the way, it's starting to look way too real. And baby, we cannot forget, Eric Holder didn't move like some random hothead. Even Sam once hinted that maybe, just maybe, someone sent Eric to do that evil deed.
He was nervous. He was supposed to hit that alley with that red shirt immediately, but he didn't do that. He came in and he wanted to check the scene. He wanted to make sure he wasn't getting into a shootout. That's my thoughts on it.
Now Sam never said a name, but come on. People tied to the drama like Wack 100 have been heavily implying that Big U felt salty, and that bitterness didn't vanish just cause Nipsey passed.
Let me tell you what was so significant about that. Because it had already been interviews of certain events and certain things mentioned.
Okay.
And what Blacc Sam did is what, you right, he talked about certain things without talking about certain people.
Right.
Matter of fact, some folks believe Nipsey's death only made that divide deeper. Sam stepped up after Nipsey's passing, carrying the torch for everything he stood for. The Marathon brand, rebuilding the community, keeping the vision alive. And that kind of influence, that kind of love from the people, honey, it don't sit right with everybody, especially not with people who feel like they were shoved out of the spotlight. Word is, Big U felt sidelined, disrespected, whether it was from personal drama or business losses. And if he had dreams of clawing back some of that control over Nipsey's real estate partnerships or affiliations, then yeah, Blacc Sam would have looked less like a brother and more like a roadblock. And y'all know how roadblocks get dealt with in that world. The outside world, it's putting two and two together. Between the resurfaced beef, the leaked audio whispers, and Big U's radio silence. Baby, it's looking calculated. Let's be real. If you didn't want a narrative to grow legs, wouldn't you be doing exactly what Big U is doing? Ducking interviews, laying low, only popping up to post some motivational quotes on Instagram? Baby, this is textbook panic mode. And what's even wilder, some of Big U's old allies ain't even defending him right now. That speaks volumes. In this game, when people who used to ride for you stay silent, that silence is louder than a gunshot. So let's just call it what it is. All signs are screaming that Big U is shook, majorly, especially when you remember he's already under federal heat, and now there's whispers of a damning wiretap lurking in the shadows. Big U ain't moving like a man proud of his legacy. He's moving like somebody who can feel the walls closing in. Because honey, if that audio really leaks, if Big U is really caught name-dropping Blacc Sam, there is no coming back from that. Even if the full audio ain't public yet, just the rumor of its existence has folks looking at Big U with fresh eyes. We might not have the smoking gun in hand yet, but baby, the streets are watching, and if Big U really wanted Blacc Sam gone, if that wiretap says what we think it says, it's about to blow the lid off one of the most controversial sagas in West Coast hip-hop history. But let's rewind the messy timeline a little bit, shall we? Because the roots of this drama, oh baby, they go deeper than you think. See, Big U wasn't just some random dude off the block. Nah. He was a certified heavyweight straight from the trenches of Arlington and Slauson Avenue in South Central LA. He was really outside. Rolling with the Arlington Gangsters, what we now know as the Rollin' 60s Crips, Big U was frontline, baby, throwing hands, running plays, making moves. By the early 90s, Big U wasn't just another soldier, he was the guy in the 60s. His name, it carried serious weight. Then here comes Nipsey, young, ambitious, hungry. And at first, Big U and Nip, they were cool. They had respect. When Nipsey signed to Epic Records in 2007, it was supposed to be his big moment. His first studio album, South Central State of Mind, was on deck, hot off the buzz of his Bullets Ain't Got No Name mixtape series. But guess what? That album? It never dropped. And that, folks, is where things started spiraling between Big U and Nip. Allegedly, Nipsey was ready to break away from Big U's label. Word on the street, Nip felt like he was being extorted. He felt the whole deal was dirty. And baby, with everything we know now about Big U's methods, Nipsey might have been right on the money. Now, of course, Big U tells a whole different story. According to him, he had already left the industry and just wanted his studio equipment back. Equipment that Nipsey allegedly had. So Big U, being Big U, pulled up, snatched his stuff, and moved it to his spot on 43rd and Crenshaw. He claims it wasn't on no beef. The equipment was still available for Nip if he needed it. But Nipsey, oh baby, he took that personal. Fast forward, Nip drops You Don't Got a Clue on the Marathon mixtape in 2010. And that first verse, oh, it was giving direct shots at Big U, no question. So what happens next? Big U pulls up, deep with his homies, ready to press Nip, real G-check energy like, come get this discipline. But who steps up? Blacc Sam, Nip's big brother. Sam wasn't about to let anybody punk his little bro. He got in between them and stood 10 toes down. He told Big U flat out, Nip ain't going nowhere with y'all. Big U fired back, saying Sam wasn't even a real 60, but he had to respect Sam for holding his ground. Real recognized real, you feel me? But Chili, that wasn't even the wildest chapter. See, there was even more beef brewing under the surface. Nip's first baby mama, she was Big U's niece, and Nipsey wasn't exactly thrilled about the environment around his daughter. Guns, drugs, wild vibes. Allegedly, he felt like his daughter was being exposed to straight-up chaos. So what did Nipsey do? He pulled up solo and pistol whipped the dude who was hanging around his daughter. Beat him so bad, word is the guy ended up in the hospital. And baby, when Big U caught wind of that, he was heated. He pulled up to Nip's store, ready to handle it. Things got ugly fast. Fists flying, tempers flaring. Word is Big U got the upper hand in the scuffle. But Blacc Sam? Oh, he wasn't playing no games. He ran inside, grabbed the strap, and fired a shot into the air to get Big U off his brother. The LAPD stormed the scene quick. Guns drawn, chaos everywhere. Sam got arrested, but somehow, miraculously, nobody got shot. They all bailed out the next day, but the damage was already done. And if you thought it stopped there, baby, hold my drink. Cause there's more. In 2011, Nip started linking up with YG, brought him straight into 60s territory to shoot the B I'm from Bompton video. Now let's be real. Back then, bringing a blood into Crip territory, that was risky business. Big U, he was not feeling that move, not one bit. Nipsey had to squabble with his own homies just to keep YG safe and finish that video, but their loyalty ran deep. YG later returned the love, bringing Nip to his turf to shoot BPT Thug. That was real brotherhood right there. Over the next 7 to 8 years, Nipsey's career skyrocketed. Grammys, grand openings, building a whole empire. But behind the scenes, that relationship with Big U was still rocky as hell. One day cool, the next day not speaking. A roller coaster of tension. Even Big U had to admit, Nipsey was a different breed. Not just a rapper, but a businessman. An architect for independent greatness. But let's keep it 100. Blacc Sam and Big U never vibed. Not once. Sam didn't like how Big U moved, especially around Nip and their business affairs. Big U didn't hide it either. He's admitted he didn't really mess with Sam like that. You know how it is. Sometimes the people closest to you hate who you roll with. Now here's another messy bombshell. After getting out of prison, Big U earned a reputation for pressuring rappers who came through 60s territory. If you pulled up, you better check in, or else. Period. And in 2019, when DJ Khaled and John Legend linked up with Nip to shoot the Higher video, Big U allegedly sent a whole crew to apply that same old pressure. Nipsey ended up moving the whole shoot to a rooftop in Inglewood, and it didn't stop there. He started getting death threats from the Englewood family's Bloods.